Dear students, welcome to JCE Connect, subject Engineering Chemistry. Students, so far in fourth module, we discussed about environmental pollution and waste management. Let us continue in the same module with the discussion on water chemistry. This topic mainly focuses on importance of water, impurities present in water, industrial boilers and its troubles, parameters of water like biological oxygen demand, chemical oxygen demand, chemical analysis of water, sewage treatment, desalination of water, and at last conversion of hard water to soft water. Water is an essential and basic need of life to sustain. It is the second most important substance required to lead life. We know that almost 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. Interestingly, approximately same composition is maintained in human body also. Because of its high dipole moment, it can dissolve almost all substances on Earth. Hence, it is called universal solvent. Due to continuous evaporation of water from oceans and rivers, it enters the atmosphere as clouds and comes back to Earth in the form of rain because of condensation. While coming back, water absorbs mainly impurities like gases and dust. After reaching Earth's surface, it absorbs salts, effluents, and waste while flowing. Finally, it reaches the ocean from where it had started its journey. Hence, the impurities get added to water, what we can call impure water. Out of the total water available, only 1% of water is potable water or edible water. This water is fit for drinking, but this 1% is insufficient for our daily needs. Hence, we need to think about purification of impure water available in nature. Broadly, the impurities can be classified as dissolved impurities, suspended particles, dissolved gases, and organic matter. Knowledge about the impurities helps us to decide the purification methods. Normally, boilers are used in the industries for the production of steam and electricity. The water which is fed into these boilers is called boiler feed water. If impure water is supplied to the boilers, it may lead to boiler troubles. One of such problems is scale and sludge formation. When hard and impure water is supplied to the boilers, only water gets evaporated and gets converted to steam, but the dissolved salts are left behind on the boiler pipes. The concentration of such salts increases gradually because of continuous evaporation of water. The resulting precipitate is called scale or sludge depending on its physical property. The scale is a thick adherent deposit and it will be hard in nature and therefore difficult to remove. If the deposit is soft, loose and non-adherent, it is called sludge. It is relatively easy to remove the sludge and normally sludge is formed at the cooler part of the boilers. The formation of scales leads to reduced heat transfer from boiler to water since scales are bad conductors of heat. Scales form an insulating coating on the metal surface of boiler pipes. This leads to loss of fuel used to heat the boiler water. Excessive scaling leads to the decrease in boiler efficiency. During heating, only boiler metal gets heated up since metals are good conductors of heat, but the scales will not get heated up. This leads to expansion of the boiler metal, leading to cracks. The water enters these cracks and gets heated up, resulting in the production of steam. Thus, there will be a sudden increase in the pressure on the boiler valves. This may lead to boiler explosion. Cleaning boilers by removing scales is much expensive since scales are hard and sticky. Loosely held scales can be easily removed by using a scraper or brush. Alternative heating and cooling of boiler pipes makes the scale brittle and hence scales can be broken and removed. The carbonate scales are removed by treating with 5 to 10% hydrochloric acid, whereas calcium or magnesium ions or salts are removed by EDTA complexation methods. We came to know that sludges are soft and non-sticky in nature. Hence, they are soluble in hot water, but they get precipitated in cooler parts of the boiler. If they are not removed, they settle down to form scales. Hence, the sludges are removed by flush operations or blowing air through the boiler pipes. The sludges hinder the heat transfer since they are bad conductors of heat. This leads to the decrease in the fuel efficiency of the boiler. The sludges also lead to blockage of boiler pipes, which is called clogging. The best prevention method is using soft water for the boilers. Students, the first problem was scale and sludge formation. The next problem that can be expected due to impure water is boiler corrosion. The destruction of boiler metal under corrosive atmosphere is called boiler corrosion. This occurs mainly due to the presence of dissolved oxygen, carbon dioxide, and magnesium chloride. The dissolved oxygen present in the boiler feed water can attack on the boiler metal under high temperature and pressure, which will be there inside the boiler. Refer the reactions given here. This attack leads to the formation of rust. Hence, by eliminating dissolved oxygen from the boiler water by one of the following methods, boiler corrosion can be controlled. First one, by adding oxygen scavengers to boiler water. This method is called chemical treatment. Normally, the scavengers will be a reducing agent which can react with dissolved oxygen. Example, hydrazine. This hydrazine reacts with dissolved oxygen to form water and nitrogen gas. Another one is a mechanical method wherein water is passed through the deaerator made up of perforated plates. The hot water is passed through these plates and released oxygen is sucked by using a vacuum pump. The second reason for boiler corrosion is presence of carbon dioxide gas in the boiler feed water. Also, whenever bicarbonates are decomposed, they liberate carbon dioxide gas. Dissolved carbon dioxide produces carbonic acid. This carbonic acid attacks boiler metal and hence there will be boiler corrosion. The dissolved carbon dioxide can be easily removed by adding a base like ammonia. Added ammonia neutralizes carbonic acid and hence corrosion may be avoided. The last one is presence of magnesium chloride, which leads to boiler corrosion due to the formation of hydrochloric acid as shown in the reaction. Since hydrochloric acid is generated again in the reactions, the HCl causes further corrosion. Presence of small amount of magnesium chloride can thus lead to corrosion of boiler metal. Thank you.